what I said specifically because he wants to make money off of the server. And also that there's a lack of content now specifically because those new people are in the server. If that's not what your beef is, then I don't know what your problem is.
Okay, so you have both things misunderstood. First of all, Tom admittedly is getting more vagina in here, encouraging vagina in here to be like Steve McRae so that he can get more viewers for his YouTube. So if you disagree with that, you're calling fucking Tom a liar. And the other thing is,
Did
I
you
don't
not
I
listen to
don't
what I said?
object to new people being here. I don't object
Tom's
to
a
their
liar.
presence. It's Tom telling people, oh, we have to be nice to these people. We can't oppose them. And everybody sitting around awkwardly while Rise is like droning on and on and on. And everybody's too afraid to say anything against Rise. People like Rise because Tom will because they're afraid of Tom's wrath. That's what I have. That's the problem that I have.
I don't know how any of that was a response to what I just said.
I don't understand what you don't understand.
She was saying it's justified by Tom admitting it.
She's clarifying her position.
I don't only want females in the server to be like like Steve
I never said that. But I have to go. I'll be back in an hour.
Okay.
Are you okay, Tom?
Yeah.
You sure?
This happens like every month, so he's fine.
I get it. I just wanted to make sure, okay?
This is the 15th time this has happened to him, and he's dealt
Tom,
with it.
Are you still
the same way
Are you still demonetized on YouTube?
Yeah.
Did they say they'll ever lift it?
He has like $500 in escrow that he can't get his hands on until he gets his channel fixed. Probably more. Who knows?
So that will they lift it, Tom?
I don't know, Orson.
So these these new rules are unrelated to that $500 in escrow.
I've had these rules enacted ever since before I was even monetized.
But yeah, but you get monetized at 1,000 subscribers. So you've been doing YouTube for a long time. You could be anticipating being monetized for a long time before you actually got money.
Wait,
So
I thought your question was about the money in escrow. That couldn't have been something if I didn't have any money in escrow. What are you getting at, Orson? What is, just say what you're trying to say.
It's obvious, like it's the monetization. The monetization led to the $500 in escrow, which led to the enforcement of the rules. You then said that the rules have been around for a long time. I say, well, that's not a good point to levy against it because you could have been predicting money made from the YouTube channel when you made those rules. You just you enforce them more strongly when there's $500 being prevented from you getting it back.
I don't think the enforcement has really changed that much.
I don't particularly either.
Okay, can I check if Milk's Bowl's mic is working? She wants to be unmuted.
Sure. Why was she muted?
Because her mic was popping. So I didn't want to do it.
There's like other channels and
Just do
there's
it.
other
Just do it
fucking
in another
voice
channel.
channels
Do
and
it in
shit.
another
Why are
channel.
you wasting my fucking time with this frivolous nonsense? There's other voice channels. Stop being stupid.
Alright, just...
I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It was going to take 2 seconds.
Just,
but...
Fia,
You don't have
do it
to
in
ask
another
anybody
channel.
permission. Do what
Just
you gotta do
don't
or
talk to
whatever. It doesn't
Shamos.
matter.
Just do it in another channel, please.
Okay.
Do it in any channel. I don't care. Do it in this channel.
Generally the rule is we don't want to like waste time, like, is your mic okay now, or can you please mute? We just want, one, if they're making noise, just mute them. Sort it out in the text, or people on the server, when they are just muted and they realize that they're muted, they ought just assume that they had a hot mic or noise trolling or something. They were muted because they were fucking making noise. So if anyone is going to get pissed, well, they ought not to, because they know that's how we deal with it. Now, as far as unmuting goes, Just all they gotta say is at so and so, unmute me, please. They know what happened. We know what happened. We'll just fucking unmute them.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you. So, Shamos, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to discipline people, bud?
Well, like I don't really care about that. I really that's not what I was offended about. I was offended about the fact that like I've been doing good and I've done like 4 or 5 like inconceivably altruistic acts that like I
Doing
can't
well.
even explain myself. And motherfuckers are still shitting on me and like I'm not even on the table for like serious discussion about like big boy stuff. Like this is ridiculous, dude.
What do
Whose
you
dick do I
mean?
gotta suck around here?
What do you mean you're not on the table for big boy stuff? You're the biggest boy.
See, now you're gonna
Yeah,
try
you're
to
a big boy, Shamos.
fuck off.
No, look,
Who's the big boy?
look, it's on the table if that particular person is not like hostile towards you. Like, I think people are hostile towards me, so I don't even think I should like be a part of it. Like, maybe I'm not really up to date on who's hostile towards you and everything, but I don't know. I wasn't under the impression that like you and Josh are like cool or whatever.
I mean, I wasn't under the impression that Josh was a little bitch and harboring some resentment or something. I didn't know that. If he, if that's the case, then maybe I need to speak with fucking Josh then. Little punk.
Well, I'm not saying that, that's the case. I'm just saying that, I don't know. I had that impression. It could be completely fucking wrong. Most importantly, I didn't have the impression it's just like I imagine just like, okay, Shamos will be arbitrating, and Josh is like, oh, great, finally, yes, okay, now we can get somewhere. I just didn't see him having that reaction. Could be completely fucking wrong. I don't know. If he's fine with it, you know what? Go nuts. You're the man.
Josh, just is confused about what all the rules are. But he wants to like confront you and stuff. So I don't know if it would go well.
Not interested. Not interested.
Yeah. So. I think it would just end up in him getting banned again, so I don't think this is
Probably.
the time to do it.
I still think it would be a good idea to have a small page with even if it's like 2 or 3 rules, just to have them there so no one can bring up how they're unclear.
Yep, that's one school of thought.
Like it keeps being brought up how they're unclear and no one knows what they are and they keep changing.
It's not really that unclear though.
It's not, but if you put up a page, no one can bring that up anymore. If you just have a small page,
Yeah, I'm for
no
it.
one can change it.
I think someone said they were gonna help me with that, so.
I think it was
said she was
Helena.
gonna do it, but this is actually
But you would need
before.
to make the rules clear
There
with
were
her
rules.
as well.
There have been rules and people still said that they were ambiguous or open to interpretation, which they're going to be, no matter what.
That's what happens when you have a debate server and rules.
Huh?
Said it's what happens when you have a debate server and rules implemented.
Why are you so quiet?
She was saying that this is what happens when you have a debate server. And I didn't hear the last part.
And rules are implemented.
Oh, Superscript is here. Jesus Christ.
Yo, Superscript, what's up, man?
See you so rarely.
Tom, do you think these rules are good or bad for the growth of the community and the content?
Good, because it's gonna make his YouTube channel grow, and that'll bring more people in.
Why do you think it's good? Oh, is that actually the reason?
Yeah.
But then your YouTube channel would grow without monetization.
Also, less people will be offended because those words aren't being
Layla.
said, so less people will leave.
Layla, your YouTube channel can grow without monetization.
So can the fungus. That doesn't make it desirable.
Yes, it
But
does.
your YouTube channel can't grow if it doesn't exist, and that's the other concern. Is that
Oh, is that
you need
actually
some
a
rules.
concern then?
You need some
What are you
rules
talking
to.
about? Is it a concern? Of course it's a concern. Do you not know
You
that
need-
Godless just got hers deleted?
Yeah.
Her
You need
YouTube
rules
channel.
to keep
Yeah.
your YouTube channel.
Why do you think she's so fucking salty about like me making money off YouTube?
Okay, so the primary motivation then is you can grow the community through your YouTube, and you need it to not be deleted.
Grow the
Yeah.
community and make money off of it. Both.
You're catching
Both are
on, Orson.
motivations.
Yeah, you're catching on.
People be catching on, boys.
I'm still pretty suspicious of that, but that's not a bad answer.
Wait, what do
Oh,
you think the
good.
reason is then, Orson?
Well, because there's two sides. It's either the money that he's interested in or the growth of the community.
It's both. They're not mutually exclusive.
Tom,
Okay.
good
I'm
luck on
saying,
your
like-
endeavors.
Well,
I was saying-
obviously, look, it's not. He's not saying they're necessarily exclusive, right? He's saying which one is more of a concern or which one's really a concern.
Right.
That's what he's expressing skepticism.
Because he's saying the primary concern is growth of the community.
Well, they're both like the same, really. I mean, they're intertwined.
Yeah, if the community doesn't grow, then his YouTube channel's not gonna grow.
Right.
Bro, Orson, we've been at this game for years, but I don't know if you're new to this, but we've been around for like 5 years, man.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
It means we've been growing this fucking community without getting paid a goddamn cent.
I
don't know why that's
correlation.
I don't know why that matters to this conversation.
Really?
So you've done like something benevolent before doesn't mean you're doing it now.
What the fuck?
That wasn't the point. The point was a lot of time and effort has been put into this community, and now there's an opportunity to profit off of it, so might as well.
You're just like skeptical about like whether or not I'm interested in growing the community or money, but you just look back at history and I'm obviously interested in growing the community without money being part of the equation. I don't know why you would be so skeptical of me desiring to grow the community. I've done it for the majority of my time doing this.
I didn't say that like I'm skeptical that you desire to grow the community. We're talking about which one's the primary concern. Now that money's on the table, maybe you're that's more of a concern to you than the community.
I don't even see it like that. I don't even see that it's gonna harm the community. It's just gonna make it bigger.
What, the money?
The growth.
Why does it matter what the priority is?
I don't know.
If he's making money, then you should be happy for him personally.
Because if
Exactly.
the primary concern is the money, then he might be making leadership decisions that like compromise the community rather than help it.
Compromise it.
Oh?
Yeah.
Compromise how?
Well, this is evidence of it, like the almost server split.
What?
Well, we've had server splits. This happens like every 6 months with this community, a server split.
Yeah, but no matter.
Like, the incredulousness is just dumb. Like, come on.
May I say something, please?
What's
no
the
matter
compromise you're talking about, Orson? 1 second.
I just want to make it clear that I said that it was a decent answer that I got from Tom.
Yeah. I mean, I may have missed something here. I don't know what Orson's talking about.
So what I think his main concern is that if he shifts his priorities to profit, he will end up making decisions that will, I guess, jeopardize the community. But that might be the case. But if he keeps an eye on the ball and he realizes a certain action that caused a certain negative reaction, he'll have to just calibrate, right, and undo the action or lessen the effect, mitigate the effects of the action. So as long as he's always paying attention, it doesn't matter what his motives shift to, because ultimately, like he said, they're intertwined, right? So growing the community and making money.
I don't understand why people are fighting this so hard. I mean, if you look at it pragmatically, Tom's win is everyone else's win in the server, in that those who are most prominent on Mike, at least in the community, will get exposure from Tom growing it I guess the legit way or whatever. Him attempting to make money off of it, because if he can grow it to the point where he's actually making money off of it, they're gonna know. I mean, they already partially know who Godless is, right? They're gonna know the Chums and the Declans and the Michaels and the Toms and and that would be a platform for people who want to do some shit on their own on YouTube.
Yeah, by the way, just
Yeah,
on
Drogon
a
doesn't
side
do anything on Mike.
on a side note, I don't know if you remember Pogan's channel, right? Who said the majority in his like farewell, he said the majority of my content is from Tom's Discord. Guess who doesn't have a fucking problem with that? Me? Guess you guys can remember Lance Plays Law, who streams like everything to his Twitch? Guess who doesn't have a problem with that? Me? You guys remember Godless's channel, which I helped promote? Go nuts! Use the content, boys!
Yeah, this is like the best thing ever. Like, think of how many people in this community, including myself, who are like into the artistic shit, right? Like, I do the music thing and I do the reading and the audiobooks and all, or the writing and the audiobooks and all that. Tooth does the music, right? And the remixes and the sound effects and stuff like that, right? Individual people who are part of this community who do those specific things, if the community grows in the way in which I think Tom wants it to grow, are going to have a platform to be able to grow their own shit, because they're going to know that Tooth was the guy that was talking to Yuri about blah 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 and said this, and it made them laugh their ass off. Oh, let me go over and take a look at his YouTube. I heard he does some shit with remixes, right? This is how it sort of snowballs. This is not like a negative. This is not a negative. And I mean, look, worst case scenario, okay, there are a couple dumb people who join the server, right? Who every once in a while interrupt someone who's been in here for a while when they're talking about philosophy. I mean, the payoff is, as opposed to like the loss, is not even comparable. I mean, you're not losing anything there.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Declan on this one. Yeah. If people really play their cards right, man, we can make lots of money off this community. Remote.
You're not gonna make any money. Don't worry.
No, I got a YouTube channel. I just been lazy and haven't like taken like yeah. I have a YouTube channel. I have like almost like a lot of views on a lot of the videos I've done with like the philosophical discussions that go on in this community. A lot of people even come up to me and like, "Oh, you're that guy with that Yuri channel, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
No one's ever come up to you and said that. Come on.
How many people?
I got DMs. You want me to post the DMs of people coming up to me?
That's not
It's not coming up.
No.
I'm YouTube famous too.
No, you're not, Concrete.
Look, I'm not talking about like a couple people coming up to you, right? Like, if this community is unique in that it's stuck together for so long that there are like inside jokes, right? We have like this cohesive way of keeping each other together, although we hate each other. But communities like this that stick together, who work towards a common goal, can do. I mean, Jesus Christ, President Trump saw one of the videos that came out of this community, right? Like, for people in here that have singular shit that they do that could be marketed, it's a great opportunity. It's an absolute great opportunity.
But the members that don't have nothing to gain, right? Or that don't care for exposure.
I can't hear.
Yeah, you need to volume up.
The members that don't care for exposure or have nothing to gain.
Yeah. So
well, look, that could
nothing to lose either.
Well,
that's not true.
What do you mean? What do you lose when you don't want to get?
Like, the content shrinks when you put parameters on what can be said.
In virtue of what?
Theoretically.
That's not true.
How are we gonna settle that empirically?
Look at
Well,
Destiny
like I just
server.
create a counter. Yeah, you could just create a counterexample. Look at anyone that's under the same restrictions and look at them flourishing. You don't think like PewDiePie is under restrictions?
Whoa, but I'm not watching PewDiePie. That's the
But
point.
170 million people are though.
Wait, but that's not the point. The point is this community. It's not about external eyes.
well,
he's
now
a
you're
true
just
believer.
you're just saying that you think that the content's shrinking.
Yeah, when I do think so, but that's what I was saying is, are we going to settle this empirically? It seems like the only what we're going to do is start bringing up evidence.
Well, I
Me and
mean,
Tom both provided counterexamples.
Did you? Of
Yeah, I said Destiny server. And Destiny's channel, or Twitch channel, YouTube channel, doesn't
right,
matter.
but again, this isn't Destiny's channel. The people don't come here to if they want to get Destiny's content, they'd go to Destiny's channel. As in, not because it's
Right, but
Destiny.
that's just trivially true. It's a hypothetical. That's just going to be trivial.
Right, but
like it's just me, or does it? I never understand Orson's points. There's all it seems like it's like a setup.
Orson is a gem.
No, I understand Orson's points most of the time. I just think this is an issue, and we're just trying to flesh it out right now. But I understand Orson when he speaks most of the time. I'm not trying. This isn't a hate on Orson thing. I think this is just we're talking past each other thing.
I don't see why my side of this discussion is difficult to understand.
All you're saying is that there are restrictions as to what the content can be. I mean, that's always been the case.
And in
It's
my
gonna be the case.
no, I think it's not always been the case. There's been less
It has
restrictions
been.
in the past.
No, they've always been.
No, I'm
less restrictions.
Yeah, of course. Surely, in my
Different
experience,
restrictions,
even
maybe.
like I feel like people were allowed to tell each other they can, KYS.
I mean, just to put a fine point on this, how many in here know who Sal Governale is?
I've never heard of him.
Don't know.
How many in here know who Richard Christie is?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, is that like a governor or something?
No, that's
No,
Chris Christie.
not Chris Christie. Jesus.
Okay, now there are millions and millions and millions of people who know who those two gentlemen are, and not only know who those two gentlemen are, they make a living off of some of their side shit apart from working for Howard Stern because they're a part of the way that the way that they went, the way that they operated, right? The point there is that like Howard Stern's the main guy, right? He's the main guy. He's the guy that gets most of the publicity. But Howard Stern, that whole company made those two guys. It gave them exposure. Now everyone, just about everyone who's familiar with the Howard Stern show knows who like Beetlejuice is. You think that fucking guy would have gotten exposure in that same way? I'm not saying Tom's Howard Stern, but what I'm saying here is that the same formula applies. The same formula applies, right? Now, Howard Stern's making like what is it, like $500 million a year, something stupid like that. And I'm not saying that like any of us are going to get a cut of what Tom's making. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the platform that he helped build allowed them to get exposure for the singular shit that they were doing. And by the way, you don't have to be artsy in order to do that stuff. Jesus Christ, people make a living off of playing video games and other people watching them. That's like a majority of what goes on YouTube and shit like that.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I'm testing to see if I'm an idiot
I don't
and I messed up the echo. We're
Well,
good.
yeah, Declan's kind of right. Imagine a farmer has like a field, right? And he finds a very, very healthy field to grow crops in, right? But people also want to farm on that field. Like, well, most farmers, right, would have you would dish out like you would have to pay in order to work on his field or like do stuff like that. But what Tom is doing is that Tom is letting everyone work on the field for free, right? And you don't have to pay to work on like a section of land or anything. It's open source. It's free, right?
That's a horrible, horrible analogy.
Wait, working on a field for free? I think I've heard of that.
I don't think anyone's disagreeing with what Declan's saying, right? But they're saying, like, say, take Howard Stern, for instance. It's possible that the people that were originally following him before he tried to appeal to the mainstream didn't like what the product became.
Well, look. So the thing is, though, is that no one has even given that new content a chance because it hasn't happened yet. There are just some people in the community that are like, I have a fear that the content's going to be horrible. At least allow Tom to fail, right? At least allow him to fail before you shit on him. Okay, if we get 6 months down the road and Tom makes like fucking $1,000 off the community and the content sucks, then everyone come around to be like, Tom, look, the content sucks. The only people that are talking are new talking or whatever.
Look, Declan, I need to say the N word at least 6,000 times a day. All right? I have to say it.
All right, I got to take my dog out real quick. I'll be listening on.
Oh yeah, go and walk the dog.
The restrictions being talked about are not going to lead to the loss of anything significant. That's the whole point.
Yeah, if we really want to make progress, we
need to tell people to kill.
It's not even that. That's what was so frustrating. They both agreed. There's obviously cases where you don't make suicide jokes, and then there's other times where you do because they're probably going to be hilarious. But it was the argument that made it so Tom was sick of it and banned him. It's because he's tired of like having to fight everyone for things that they both agree are probably just no-brainer.
Are we in agreement that sometimes suicide jokes are hilarious?
Wow.
I mean,
That's what Joe
sometimes.
just said. That's what Joe just.
So are we allowed to make
That's what Joe is
suicide
saying.
jokes?
Why is Orson Orson's not going to make
I don't
this
know.
easier?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's.
Oh wow, I'm going against the mainstream narrative right now.
All right.
So
Well, that's not what I mean. Are you just doing it?
you just conceded that suicide jokes are hilarious. We're not allowed to do them. That's some content stripped from the server.
Yeah, but it's not it doesn't work in a vacuum. I mean, like
you can't. Okay, if you're going to be devil's advocate, at least like try to listen to what the other person is saying before you just argue, right? I said clearly there are contexts where it is funny. Tom was saying, I don't think this is the context where it's funny, so just drop it.
Oh, but if it was the context where it's funny, it's allowed.
That's just trivial, of course.
Oh, really?
Well, currently the position there's no jokes about it. It's just it's not allowed.
I think that's the other issue. Is like it seems like Tom is doing this because you guys can't help yourselves.
Right, Tom and Joe, you're in different positions. Joe says that sometimes suicide jokes can be funny. Tom says that suicide jokes aren't.
I never said that. I never even made a claim on the funniness of suicide jokes.
Well, you just said that they're not jokes.
What I just said is that not even jokes about it are allowed. Orson, are you just like completely brain dead?
The room just said that if this joke was funny, it would be allowed.
Stop saying they just said when every time you say just said, you say something no one said.
I asked directly if a suicide joke was funny, would it be allowed? And I got a chorus of yes.
No, you didn't.
Yuri certainly did. That was one I can pick out.
Who cares?
Yeah, Yuri's a chorus, a one-man chorus.
I was agreeing with Joe. And that
You
you
can,
misheard with.
I can't handle this one.
You can
What's
appeal
up,
to
Carson?
PG-13 movies, right? They're probably the most highest grossing movies of all time. PG-13. Rated R doesn't get that high. It does.
It's actually not a bad point.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Wow.
I can't believe I just said that.
But you enjoy.
Dude, I'm here to help.
Somebody document that.
See, I told you, Concrete's not like it's. He got off on a really bad. He started.
I'm just not a hater, bro. I'm just not a hater.
Let's hear concrete. We need to hear the full point. Go ahead.
No, that's enough. No, we don't. We got enough. It's enough.
He didn't.
Oh, okay.
Just repeat it for Yuri. He didn't understand what I was saying.
No, I understood it. I thought he were going to add more to it. I was waiting for the extra part, but yeah, I got it. I agree.
No, I mean it's
Yeah.
pretty simple concept that the 13s
Right.
do well because of the wide audience that they're able to reach.
And it's funny because we're not even doing like it's not even PG-13. It's like a television 14 on Netflix. Like we're allowed to say curse words and everything.
Yeah, but the point is that if Texas Chainsaw Massacre decides to be PG-13, it wouldn't be good.
Yeah, but then the
Says who?
this
Yeah, he has a point, but I don't think that's like.
But
that's
it's not
why
an
I think
fact. It's like an
there's a
opportunity.
nuance.
Look, say I don't make a joke. I can't make a joke about suicide. I could just make another equally funny joke.
You can use the example of burping and fart noises. Sometimes people think that's funny.
Good one,
JJ. But it's restricted, and nothing is lost.
There you go. Though.
Who's gonna play Overwatch with us? Get in here. I'm streaming and everything.
I don't understand. I don't get.
This
is like the biggest drama. This is like the biggest drama like in a long time, and it's just so. It's got to be something else.
Actually, no. I'm actually pretty sure it's because of the bannings, Tom. That's
part of it. That's a part of it. I think.
Yeah, but I think the people, if you unban them, none of them are going to come in and start agreeing with Iron.
Were there more bannings?
Yeah, Michael got banned, JJ.
Pogan got banned. They're not going to come in and agree with Iron
Michael
Man.
and Josh got banned, and though. Oh, Iron got banned today though, which is good. Iron got banned.
Why did he get banned?
He got banned for being a non-cognitivist against Tom. Tom couldn't take it.
I told him like, hey, I told him tone it down. You please start to tone it down in the chat. And he went like non-cognitivist, like, what do you mean? Like, you know, what are you talking about? But like, I wasn't interested in having that conversation with him.
That's what Tom's banning people for.
So I'm going to assume that Pogan and Michael both martyred themselves over Josh.
No. No, they came in. There was a group of them that came in this morning, and they were like saying the N-word and like saying, "Oh, we can't say N-word," and just like, and like I think Pogan made like a joke about the Holocaust. He was talking about, oh, the Holocaust isn't bad in game. Just a bunch of shenanigan bullshit. That was.
Well, Josh was saying he instructed Hogan and Michael to say those things.
I don't think so. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
You don't believe Josh?
Is not immature. No, I don't think Josh said that. I don't believe the guy who just said that.
You. Why wouldn't you believe that? This guy you're saying is so mature. Called me a cocksucker before he got kicked, just because. And this is the guy who's like too immature that's too mature to do something like that.
I don't know if like maturity's about it actually.
No, I'm just saying that.
Now, when you say they said the N-word, was it that or Nigeria that they were saying?
Molly, if
Molly.
I was just asking.
If it was Nigeria, I wouldn't have said the N-word. Molly, you know Nigeria's allowed, right?
Yes, it's just I'm just asking you, just for clarification, because they said that it wasn't the N-word. That's why I'm asking you. Okay.
Who said that? Vade?
Not Vade. Michael
they,
and Pogan, yeah.
Oh.
Did you say who's Vade?
I said who's they?
Oh.
Silly.
That's the only reason why I asked it in that manner, to just clarify it.
Yeah, it's recorded.
Gotcha.
Just to be clear, oh, never mind. I already have the answer to that. Well, all I was saying is that Josh doesn't seem to be the type of guy who goes and instructs people to do maliciousness.
I mean, something that some of the people in here might wanna look at on the, like, this is sort of like on the thing I was talking about before. Someone else.
Gus, close your mic.
Hang on a second. I'm doing something else. Sorry about that.
Something that we might want to do is hold on one second. Sorry, every once in a while I'll start talking and then Isabel will go, hey. Anyway, something you might want to think about doing is like the people in here that want to get your YouTube up and going. We could make a network of people, right? Like me, like I said, I do the music and writing thing. Tooth does the music thing, or a couple other people in here that write, some others that do music. Instead of like fighting this whole thing, we should all like get together, network, and help each other out on each other's YouTube, right? And then take advantage of like what the community's doing. Take advantage of the platform.
I can agree. Like when I don't know how much this means to anyone, but when I first watched Tom's videos, because I was looking at it's like just an average viewer, I found it hilarious seeing the editing in all of his videos about stupid shit that Darth would do and all the other shit. I always thought that that was interesting, and it'd be nice to see more channels like that and stuff like that. So I think what Tom's doing isn't bad.
We need a lot more creative minds too, because we need to figure out ways to like, you know, keep like moralizing Monday up and like various things like that. So Tom just gets more content, because this type of stuff we're doing impedes on Tom making any content, right? And so we're just sitting here arguing about Tom's not doing anything, right? But we could be actually making content, and we're not really utilizing that as a tool, you know?
For
So
more
like
likes
all
and
this,
Mondays,
basically all I'm saying, all the energy that we're putting into arguing this trivial stuff, we could actually be making money and content, you know? We could figure out what's going to happen for Moralizing Monday, you know?
I mean, I have an idea for Moralizing Monday.
Not
Like
you,
instead of
though.
it just
But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, shut up, Yuri.
like instead of moralizing instead of moralizing Mondays always just having to be about people in the server, it could be about like other things in the news that are popular, so that when you put it in the title, you can have like a bunch of people clicking on the video and also being introduced to the people here that talk about it.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, but that's kind of, I mean.
I know it's a bit of a leap not to talk about people in here, because
But
talking
the only
shit's
way
fun,
that would work is that we would have to get someone like, let's say, if Dio was around. Remember, I don't know if you were around for this. No, you weren't. But I think everyone remembers when Dio was talking about the Charlottesville attack, right? We could get, since the Charlottesville attack was a big thing, right? And Dio, you know, had his position or controversial position on the matter. Dio would have been a good candidate for Moralizing Monday, and that would have definitely generated a lot of content, since the Charlottesville thing was huge.
That would immediately get demonetized.
Plenty of things that are open for moralizing.
Right.
Moralize about fucking anything.
Yeah, we need something
have you tried
that
setting up a
that
Patreon?
ride. Yes, but yeah, we definitely need someone to stay on the front page of like news and stuff like that and see what's worth talking about, because there's tons of stuff on the news that needs to get attention, and there's tons of people here who will be like we could get like Shamos to be like, oh man, transgender shouldn't use bathrooms or something like that, and then we can at like the transgender community or something like that when we.
That's.
I mean, that's a good way to get attention. It's not always going to be
Yeah.
good attention, but it gets traction.
Right. It was just an example. I wasn't saying that, you know, it's something we should.
I've been thinking about this, but I know some of them people in some bigger servers where I can maybe bring them over here. I don't know how well that would work, though.
What you need to do is get two groups from two separate camps that are diametrically opposed to each other in some issue, right? I'd like to see them stuck in like a Big Brother 2000 type thing, so they were forced to live with
It's
each
kind
other.
of hard to do over the internet.
Wait, what? Everyone argues with each other over the internet.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Ludic was proposing a non-internet scenario.
Oh. Well, okay.
Well, it's just an idea I've had for a TV show for years where you get two groups.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But it would work online too.
Ludic just starts talking about his ideas for TV shows.
Just like pitching shows to me.
for ideas.
Hey Tom.
Mm-hmm.
You know that now Discord allows people to stream directly onto Discord.
Yeah, BB, look.
Yeah. But right now, here on the server, only certain people have that enabled. I don't know why that. But would you like all users here on your server to be able to do that, to have that enabled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Holy crap, the trader's back. How you doing, Layla?
Les.
Wait, do you still have to have OBS open in order to do that?
I
No,
think
I don't
so.
have OBS or anything.
You're just
You don't have it?
using
No?
Discord.
I started
Discord
watching.
like records your gaming.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Although it's kind of weird, like you have to leave
Kinda
the
creepy.
server.
How does that work? It has a built-in.
Can
I
you only
guess
do it
so.
if you have Nitro?
I don't think I have Nitro anymore. I think I disabled that.
Oh, you do it. Do you do it as well, Sunseed?
I can,
check
but
out
right
later.
now I'm on Twitch. Oh, please be a pharmacy with me, Brooksy.
Let's watch Layla. Oh, pretty.
Yeah, how's the quality?
Layla's
My
a little
internet
choppy
isn't
chop.
great, so probably not that good.
It's a little choppy chops.
You didn't have to leave the server to watch her stream.
No, I'm watching her right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty good slideshow.
Is it that bad?
How do you see it?
Do you see? Click on Layla, and she's got a little icon comes up. And
That
it
is
says watch stream.
insane.
Isn't it lovely?
How choppy is it for
She-
you, Declan?
It's choppy for me, but I mean the point is that it's a proof of theory.
Pudding. Yeah. It's only up to a maximum of 10 people can watch per person.
Oh.
But it's pretty nice. I'm going to leave, so if other
Are you
people
talking
want
about
to
the
watch...
Discord streaming thing?
I've
Are you
stopped
talking about
watching her, so if other people want to watch her, click on Layla and then press the thing that says join stream.
BB, are you talking about the
Okay.
streaming thing for Discord that's built in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tom,
Man, I'm on
I can't
fire.
lie, man. I can't lie. Layla has messaged me multiple times wanting to create a server named Ebony and Ivory.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was me.
Nice.
I need to do
It's a
something about you
betrayal of
guys.
trust,
Oh, you
Giovanni.
get it? Because ebony means black, and ivory
Oh,
imply...
you get it now?
My
Yeah, I assume you
dude,
can't
guys are
watch
killing
this
me.
streaming over the phone app.
No, probably not.
You can't watch it on the phone,
I mean, I don't see.
JJ? Did you say?
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we know that you can't
Makes
see it.
sense though.
Well, just so everybody knows, anybody that wants to stream on the server, they're able to do so. If they want to. And what did you do later? Do you have to have any other settings enabled on your
No, I don't think I
Discord?
didn't do anything. I just saw it there.
I mean, do you have streamable mode? I presume you have streamer mode enabled and things like that, because for
Yeah,
that to work.
from...
Okay.
But I don't know if it has to be.
Declan, are you
Like-
playing anything at the moment?
It doesn't need to.
No, not at the moment.
Okay. What do you say, Char?
It doesn't need to be enabled. I don't think so.
Are you
Okay.
playing anything?
See?
Oh, she just left.
I'm not enabled.
Oh,
I'm right
oh,
here.
let me check.
I'm not enabled.
Let me see you play.
I'm not really actually playing anything.
You are playing. Yours is really smooth.
I got that
Wait,
good
let me see.
internet.
Let me see. Are you playing Sim?
Oh my god.
Yeah, these are my
Your
children.
Sim. Your sim is a spitting image of you. Oh my days.
These are my children and my dog, my animals.
Wait, I don't know how to make it.
Tom, are you there, Tom?
Yeah.
So, I wanted to propose something. I like to draw and stuff like that, and so I was wondering, is there anything you need for the server that might involve art and stuff like that?
Not that I can think of at the moment, but I'll keep
I'm
it in
sorry,
mind.
involve a what?
Well,
Art.
I
In case you need
actually,
like a banner or anything.
I'm actually, I used to be a director for Tom Unboxes, and I have a Google Drive, that has all the work and stuff like that I can give you. That has like different sections I made for various people who are on my team who put in various content like Photoshop content and stuff. So if you want to submit your artwork or what you're thinking of into that Google Doc,
In
not
a
Google Doc, that
non-official
Google Drive.
capacity?
Yeah, in the Google Drive, that would be great. Yeah,
All
and then
right,
I
let
can
me
send it over to
just
Tom or whatever.
yeah, just let me put a note on your channel for your a note on your account for that.
Bowl of milk. You know the where it says unbox channels. There's the promote yourself. I think I told you. Make sure that you post your. I don't know if you have a DeviantArt or a web page where you put your artwork or anything. Post your
I
stuff
used
there as
to,
well.
but yeah.
Well, wherever
Okay,
you
I will.
post your stuff, yeah, so we can see your work. It'd be really nice to have a look at it.
Yeah, like I think I posted my webtoons on there. I've been getting a pretty good following, but I'm trying to
If
make
you
more
have
pages.
if you have a YouTube channel where you post stuff, give it to me so I can put it in the YouTube videos. So then if you post anything, then we can see whatever stuff you push through, and we
What
get
kind?
informed.
What kind of stuff do you draw?
Mainly manga, but I'm trying to get into more things also so I can get even more of a following. I might have to start doing fan art and things like that.
Do you write any fan fiction by chance, or that seems like it would be your thing?
No, but I could.
Oh, okay.
I posted like a link to my thing. I had to redo some of the pages, so there's only like 2 pages for the first chapter now because I did not like the quality of the art before.
Did you put the parental advisory? Was that yours?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had my fill of fan fiction after that whole Game of Thrones fiasco.
I stopped with fan fiction after reading Dick Dipper Goes to Taco Bell, so I don't know.
I'm not a bad writer. I
See,
wrote
this
something.
is where you could do stuff together. You could write stuff, and somebody could put the. This is what Declan was on about. People could work together, a writer and an animator.
I don't know. Building a following is kind of hard.
It is. That's why those that work very hard in what they have don't want to lose what they build, right?
Yeah, that's why I can't get mad at Tom for
Or
monetizing
anybody.
stuff because yeah, I can't
Regardless
because
of
it's like
well, the thing is, it's not even about making money. Like people don't necessarily like you may value something like a pebble to somebody that's not worth anything. So you may value that because it's just precious to you. It may have sentimental value, and it may be worth absolutely nothing to anybody else, but that's just valuable to you. So if somebody's worked for something for some time and they have some worth, then that's it. They want to look after it, and it's a project to them. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's like that's why like I just can't because like I'm actually kind of happy that Tom has like a thing going where he can do all this stuff because that's not easy, especially with YouTube nowadays.
To anybody, I mean, for instance, Godless was working really, really hard with her channel. I know she doesn't really. I know she doesn't, for instance, care much about me, for instance, but I know that when she does her projects, like she was doing I think she was working on a wiki when she was working with her channel. She was working on that, and she recently started working with her channel, with her second channel, and she was working on that, and she was making new videos like pretty much I think every couple of days, and she was churning them out regularly. And it wasn't like the old channel. She was actually making videos, and she had transitions and everything. They were completely different to her past channel. And to then see that her channel was removed for whatever reason, that was actually very sad to see that happen. I don't know how she felt about it. I haven't spoken to her about it, but that made me a bit sad for her, because you see that somebody's put time into something, and to have that removed, it's not nice. I know that I wouldn't feel.
That's why she's so mad at me. She wanted to have monetization and all that stuff.
Like I may not really like Godless, but I can at least sympathize with her on that. Like that's pretty shitty of you two to do that and take her stuff down.
Well, Godless's content was just like just flagrantly
Yeah,
like
I know.
breaking TOS.
Yeah, I know. It's very degenerate content, I won't lie, but you know what? It's still content that she worked hard on, so I can at least understand where she's coming from.
The thing is that one has to, if one wants to have that type of content, then one needs to find a place where that type of content won't be removed. And that's the thing. You have to find the place where that type of content will be at least not removed or accepted or whatever. So you need to know where those places will, where your stuff will be at least not, revoked, stuff will not
Yeah,
tolerated, as it were.
She needs to go on BitChute or Twitch.
World Star.
Twitch
Oh,
is
no,
not gonna be the
Twitch?
voice. No.
It's even worse.
Oh, I didn't. I thought Twitch wasn't as.
Not really.
What happened? Last time I checked, it wasn't that
Yeah,
bad.
people can have their tits out on Twitch now. So
No. Twitch is like if anyone is offended by something that you say that could be perceived as sexist, racist, ableist, like there's like a big long list of anything that you can say that would offend people that can get your Twitch channel.
You can
deleted,
get
not just demonetized.
You can get banned from Twitch for showing your foot.
Yes. You could get banned for Twitch, and I am obviously joking, but thought crime. Oh no, you thought about something. Bad. Like you can get banned very, very easily. Like I could be streaming a game, and I could have been playing Overwatch whilst being here, and a conversation could have been happening, and they may have been talking about something, and an argument happened where people were arguing in the background, oh, you're an asshole, blah, blah, blah. And I can't control what conversation had been happening. And if the conversation was heated enough, and somebody that had been watching the stream that I was putting there was offended, they could have flagged my channel. That's it. My channel would have been banned. Bye bye. See you later. So that's enough. That's all we need. So Twitch
and
is
just
very.
to be clear, that this doesn't apply to like channels like Shroud or like big ones like that, because that's what Twitch uses to like generate money. So there's a little extra process they have for those type of people. But people like you, right? And if you have like under like
Yeah.
a decent amount
They
of
have more
followers,
leeway,
you're fine.
right? They have a lot more leeways. I think what Yuri's trying to sort of put out. Yeah.
But still, the titty streamers get their channels deleted, and
Well, they got
don't
like
even,
tons of followers though, so I mean, come
But
on.
this
yeah,
is
but what I'm
what
saying is,
Ninja.
despite the followers, they get banned.
Yeah, but that's right. Yeah, right is right in this, that the titty streamers sort of seem to get far more leeway to a degree. I think this is why Ninja didn't Ninja do like a
Microsoft.
Yeah, he made a jump to a different platform because of all the shit. He was just tired of the whole Twitch bullshit, because there's so much drama in this whole platform, and there is a lot of drama with Twitch, and a lot of people talk about it regularly. Destiny and all of the people in the Just Chatting community just talk about it regularly. People in YouTube also converse about the issues there as well with regards to censorship and the fact that the monetization has significantly changed, and how people are also trying to find different avenues to try and make money in different ways, because it just completely people work very hard making content and putting videos together, and they just find that they're not able to just by saying bad words like fuck shit bum piss, and they're not able to get those videos monetized, and it just cuts their creativity, just for trying to be funny, just for saying those type of words. And it's like, oh no, you're too offensive. And videos that would have been monetized with maybe an advertiser, oh, people don't want to, you won't have cornflakes or, McDonald's advertising with you because you're saying bad, naughty words. And we're not talking about, the type of things we say here, just those simple words. It's like, oh, no, I don't want to be with you because you're saying naughty words. It's like, come on, man. They're just trying to become too TV. And it's just like, the internet was the place where we could get away from all that crap. Are you fucking serious? It's becoming too, and I understand why people are just like trying to fight it away from it, They're trying to get away from all that. We don't want to get too clean from, but I don't know what we're going to do.
I feel like people are going to start going on the deep web in order to get their fix of just like the deep web's going to become the surface web at this point with
No,
how
it's not. That's not how the deep web works.
or like I don't know. I think that it just might like maybe because if the web as it is now is just going to be super monitored and stuff like that, I feel like some people are going to want to just go somewhere where it's not,
Look, you don't need to go to the deep web to do that. It's just advertisers don't want to be associated with it. So if you want that, you just can't. It's hard to profit. It's not like it's hard to find the content.
You'd go to 4chan.
Well, we can't actually access that legally in Australia.
Oh, really?
Damn.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what about you, BV? Can you access 4chan if you wanted?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can too. America's awesome. It's funny when your
I
parents
don't think I'd
find
want
about.
to go
Wait, hold
to
on.
the dark web for
Say that
for
again,
a
Molly.
Discord conversation. I said I don't think I'd want to go to the dark web for a Discord conversation.
Yeah, it's funny when your parents find it about 4chan. Like, you don't even know how it's even possible when they tell you not to go on 4chan, but you've been going on 4chan. It's just hilarious how that happens.
I've never
It's
been
like
there. What is it?
It's basically a forum or board where people post a bunch of shit, and so a lot of times there's these different subcategories, right? And in these subcategories, people can post like whatever they want, basically. So porn, various things like that, or like very edgy topics, right? That's typically all it is, but it's just a forum or a board, and you can just find a whole bunch of conversations. Some conversations are good. That's very rare, but a lot of conversations there are just like very degenerate type of stuff. But a lot of shit happens on
96
there.
blog
So
shit.
yeah. I was just saying, it's just funny when adults find out about that type of stuff, and then you knew about it the whole time, and they just like tell you like it's some like new phenomena, you know. But I've never really I never really went on 4chan because there's not really a lot I'm interested on there.
There was someone on here the other day that was talking about going to. They were on 4chan. Who was that? Oh, I can't remember.
It's very, very prolific.
I had fun with 4chan at first until I got bored of seeing the fucking anti-6 log memes.
The what?
Oh, and like you know Andy's Andy Biersick?
No.
Well, he's just this emo guy, right? He has like a band or something. And so they started posting memes of Andy Biersack with his face photoshopped on a piece of poo, and they're like, "Would you a steamy, dreamy log of shit?" or something like that, and it just was known as a forced meme. The shit was stupid.
Sounds boring. Yeah, I always thought 4chan was boring. 4chan gets brought up occasionally, though. I think it was brought up the other day about Ken, probably. Maybe that's what Molly's remembering.
Yeah, someone was saying they were on 4chan. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Just assuming it was Ken.
Layla! It was Layla was on it. That's right. That's why I thought, oh, what is it? Yeah, that's right.
Does anybody have any interesting drama? Because this other stuff was really boring.
Unfortunate, you mean?
Nope, just in general.
Well, you know, there is another server you can go and join.
Yeah, I
What
looked.
the drama is.
Actually, I noticed there's a gathering.
Yeah, go check
I'm
the conversation there.
Oh, it's Josh.
Slightly curious.
Go and find out if the conversation there is more interesting.
It's a deep conversation right now.
Yeah.
I'll mull that
It's
over a little bit
philosophy.
more.
They're talking philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy might be more interesting than 4chan.
It might. Just reading the text is boring also.
I'm not going.
I just don't like how. Oh, sorry, BB.
I have two questions. But the first one should be answered quite quickly. What is the thing that you do when you do that, JJ? The clack, 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 clack.
It's a
Oh, it's
masturbator.
tapping my cigarette. It's packing the cigarette. I just made a cigarette, and now I'm tamping it down.
Oh, it sounds like a little knife, and I keep on thinking that you're like cutting coke or something.
That's not how coke sounds.
No, I just keep on thinking he's cutting something against a mirror or some shit. I'm like, what's he cutting? I was like, it's like slapping something.
I don't know how to
Yuri, I
make
find
it.
that funny, Yuri, that you just tried to slide that in there. That's not how Coke sounds.
Well, yeah, of course.
I don't know what you think coke sounds like, Yuri.
Well, I know how
you're...
coke. I know how coke sounds like, but when you cut
you
it,
do?
Do you?
Yeah, coke. I mean, it depends on what you're talking
From
about,
what?
though. Well,
From
I mean,
what?
there's different types of coke.
What?
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 Yeah.
What, like?
You can,
like
powder,
caffeine-free diet vanilla coke? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about coke. I'm talking about cocaine.
Okay.
Have you seen
Yeah,
Coke, Yuri?
there's different kinds of
Yeah.
cocaine.
Oh no, I haven't seen. No, I haven't seen cocaine. Sure, no, I haven't. What type of
Have you
question?
seen other forms
what
of
different
Coke?
type?
The conversation
what
just
different
got
types
better.
of cocaine?
Yeah.
What different types of cocaine are
I
there?
did my best.
There's
JJ, I tried. I
powder
really
and
did
there's
try.
rock.
Can you
No.
thank me?
Succeed.
No,
Thanks.
you
Thank
have
you.
the,
Can you
have,
kiss me?
you have
Kiss,
powdered.
kiss me, kiss me.
You have,
Thank you.
no,
I'll
I'm not
give you
going
a
to kiss you.
The world. No more of that.
Give me a kiss,
Oh,
honey.
fuck
So
off.
BB's going down to 50.
So,
sorry.
so
This is
Sorry,
where we find
reckoning
out
that
BB and JJ have been video calling for months.
Yeah.
Layla, can I just say that you have video call JJ and I still
Don't
haven't?
remind me. Don't remind me.
Sorry.
I don't
Are
need
you
any
cheating
reminding.
on me, Layla? Is this what we're doing?
So
My
back
what,
to
sorry?
you, Yuri. The different types of cocaine. What are you talking about?
Powder and rock.
Thank you, Yuri.
Sorry, my phone fucked up. Sorry about that.
Oh.
No, I swear my phone fucked up, but what Lost Soul said was right. What Lost Soul said was correct.
Okay,
What did Lost Soul
so
say?
Lost Soul said that you have the rock kind and then you have the powder kind, which is true.
And
That's
and
correct.
what's
It's
the
just,
difference in the sound of the two, Yuri?
The
I
rock
can't.
kind sounds like a,
Lost Soul.
the rock kind
The name
sounds like a jail cell closing.
Whoa, don't do that.
Oh,
Whoa,
gosh. I can't.
Jesus Christ.
I will make that noise again if the name that I know, and I'm very sorry, but the person
I know the
that
answer
was
to
asked
this,
the
guys. I don't know
question
why you guys are quizzing me on
was
this.
Yeah, I just wanna hear
was
you.
Yuri Lost Soul. Please,
This is so
Lost Soul,
stupid.
please.
This is so stupid to challenge me on. I don't know why you guys
Yes,
are
it
challenging
is.
me on.
Okay, yeah, I'm challenging you on it, Yuri.
I just want to hear Yuri. I'm just curious. I just want to understand what you meant. That's all. Yuri.
Well, I mean, I can't describe sound to you. It's qualitative. I can't describe qualia.
You just did.
You can't?
No, I can't.
Yeah, you just did. You said that sounds like cocaine.
No,
Well,
I didn't. I never said that.
You're going to
Yeah,
say
you
that there's a
did.
difference between
No,
the
I didn't.
sound.
BB is the one who said that. BB is the one who said that. I said it didn't sound like coke.
Okay, you said it didn't sound like
What?
cocaine. Okay.
Yeah, BB is the one who
Okay.
said it sounded like you
Okay,
were
and
doing
you
cocaine
said
against
it
the
did
mirror.
not. And you
Yeah, I
said
said
it
that.
did
I said
not.
that's not what
and you
coke
said it
sounds
didn't
like.
sound. That's
Yeah, I
not
said that's
what
not what
Coke
coke sounds like. That's what I said.